let's looking at some examples about converting between rectangular and polar form. So the first one I have is a rectangular form, a minus ai. So this one I want to convert it to the trigonometry form or the polar form. So to do it, I have to using the following formula. So the formula I'm going to use is r equal to square root of x squared plus y squared. Also, tangent theta is equals to y over x, and that implies to theta is going to be tangent inverse of y over x. And once we have those, at the end we can using the polar form, which is r times cosine of theta plus I sine of theta, to finish the problem or to have the polar form. So to do it, let me just move this one on the side so I do not need to erase them. So to do it, I'm going to start by r equal to square root of x squared plus y squared, which x is 8 and y is negative 8. So I will got 64 plus 64, which is square root of 128. Take it out, I got a square root of 2. So once we have the r, next I'm going to figure out the theta by finding tangent of theta equals to y over x, which is negative 8 over 8, which is negative 1. And then the only theta will have tangent of theta equal to negative 1 is going to be theta has a reference angle, so I'm going to using alpha, 45 degree, but it's negative, so it's going to be in quadrant 2 or quadrant 4. So now let's looking at where is a minus ai is actually located. So when we're looking at a minus ai, so we have approximately 8 here and then minus 8. So for example here, we just need to have a roughly idea about what is the location. So we do not need to be very accurate. We do not need to be very accurate about the length of 8 and negative 8 and things like those. So we know it's going to be in quadrant 4. So theta is going to equals to 315. So 315. Okay, so the final answer for the polar form is going to be 8 square root of 2 times cosine of 315 plus I times sine of 315. Here is the second one, negative 15. We want to write negative 15 a rectangular form to a polar form. So we still follow the same process. We need to figure out all the r as square root of x squared plus y squared. Here, since we have negative 15, which is a pure real number, that means the b part is going to be 0. So I will have negative 15 squared plus 0 squared, which is 15. And then tangent of theta will equals to y over x, which is 0 over negative 15, still 0. So theta equals to, tangent of theta equals to 0. That is a really special number. So that means theta is going to be 180. And combining those two together, the answer is going to be r15 times cosine of 180 plus I sine of 180. So the next one we're going to do is converting from a polar form back to the rectangular form. The question we have is 7 times cosine of 205 plus I times sine of 205. So first, we're just going to writing out all the formulas we need to find, or the formulas to use to do this problem. So the first one we have is to find x. I'm going to using r times cosine of theta. To find y, we're going to use r times sine of theta. So theta we have is 205. 205 is the theta, and 7 is the r. So we have both, so we just need to plug in everything into it. So x is going to be r cosine of theta, which is 7 times cosine of 205, where cosine of 205 is going to be a decimal. So 7 times cosine of 205, I just directly do it on the calculator, and I will get negative 6.3442 approximate. And then y is going to be r sine of theta, which is 7 times sine of 205. Again, punch everything into the calculator. I got negative 2.9583. So the answer for the rectangular form is going to be negative 6.3442 minus 2.9583i.